Alrighty, good morning, good morning, good morning. It's been a while. Happy freaking Monday. And happy last few days of October. It was supposed to be October, where we end with the October everyone expected. Give me a quick voice check on the audio, on the music, and we're gonna begin soon. It's been a while since we've done a live stream, so I'm going to be rusty, and a bit of a heads up. The internet has been a bit finicky today. Alrighty, I'll fix that. How's that, Harsh? How am I now? We just closed a 12-hour candle. Awesome. It's a good thing I did the voice check, eh? Do you guys remember the good old times where I used to begin the live stream, go the first 15 to 20 minutes with no audio whatsoever, and you guys are like screaming in the chat saying, Sean, there's no audio, Sean, there's no audio. And I was just like too nervous to even look at the chat. Corey used to give me tips on how to protect against the storms, turning my internet off, if that's the right way to say it. What was that thing you asked me to buy? I still got it. I forgot what it's called though. APU? No, I forget. But anyways, let's go ahead and begin. And there we are. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. My name is Sean Dex, and welcome you guys back to the Mango Grove for your daily Bitcoin analysis, your daily live stream, your Monday live stream. Maybe we can start doing this every Mondays. What do you guys think? Vote in the comments if you guys watch this later. I'll try to do a 45-minute live stream without fail every Monday. That's a huge commitment for a guy like me, guys. Believe it or not, it's a huge commitment. But if I get enough votes, enough comments, enough likes for this video, if you get enough, I will commit to it. Today is going to be, however, a very, very important analysis. Probably the most important analysis, definitely for the week, but the most important analysis for the rest of the year. But it's going to be very, very simple. Very, very simple. It's not the kind of analysis that we did back in 2022, November 2022, where we went into huge detail, complex detail, and set up our entire strategy for the next 2 years. We were talking about this, by the way, in the C chat. The amount of effort I had to put back then to put together a concrete thesis for you guys, for us, and not just you guys, for myself as well. That was months and months and months in the making, right? And now we've just been sitting back and enjoying the profits, enjoying the run, just following the plan. And that's how you need to trade, guys. You set a plan and just follow it through, period. Now that plan could be a plan that starts months ago, or could be a week-long plan, or could be a day-long plan. You could say, you know what, I'm going to get into this trade only for the next 4 hours. It could be as short as 4 hours, right? But you got to see it through, okay? If your trade does not work out in the next 4 hours, you got to get out, okay? There are trades I take that allow me to say, you know what, if by the 12-hour candle close, I don't get what I want, I'm out of the trade, it's done. Our Bitcoin trade, though, started at $16,000. And it was a trade that was planned for the years to come, not just the days to come, the weeks to come, or the months to come. And we had clear criteria upon which we will get invalidated. We weren't stubborn. Just because you set something up for 2 years doesn't mean you stay stubbornly in your trade for 2 years. No. You got to have invalidation criteria. We'll talk about that today. but our invalidation never hit, which is why we were able to run this trade from 16,000 to now $68,000. Life-changing stuff, guys. Life-changing stuff. But we've already gone off on a tangent. That's the Mango stream for you guys. We are going to start with the Mango dashboard today. We will be taking altcoin requests. So if you guys have any altcoins at the back of your mind, go ahead and let me know now. Just keep a note. Krisha's here too, so she'll keep. Hey, Alina, how's it going? It's been a while. How are ya? Yeah, we'll cover all. It's a good one. So yeah, we're going to do Bitcoin. Then I'm going to talk about the most important chart you guys need to be keeping an eye on leading into this next week. And then we'll circle back into altcoins and then perhaps go back to Bitcoin to wrap up. All right, so let's go ahead and begin. We're going to start off with the dashboard. I'm going to turn down the music a tad bit, okay, guys? Let me know if I go a bit too much. Okay, cool. Bitcoin. I'm going to hit this drop down. And I'm going to say, enough said. Enough said. We haven't seen a volatility and trend profile like this since 16K. Since Bitcoin was at its last consolidation at the bottoms, okay, at its lows, bottoms, at its lows, okay, that was 650 days ago, 657 days, to be a little bit more precise. And then we saw the big move. Back then too, you guys know how bullish I was because of the trend profile. Again, guys, we're seeing something very, very similar. Bitcoin on the weekly long, a month now, 4-day long, 5 days, the 2 days long for 12 days. The daily just flipped long. All we're waiting for now is the 12-hour, which has been neutral for 2.5 days. I do want to say this, though. We have probably one of the biggest events of the world coming up in, like, 2 weeks, right? We all know what I'm talking about. I don't want to make this a political video, but we are going to have to touch on it a tad bit today, okay? Because it is that big of an event. And I know it's at the back of all of your minds, whether you guys want to talk politics or not. It's at the back of everyone's minds. So I'm gonna help you guys, not position for the event, but how to think about the event, because we are already in position. We have our spot positions in place. We have our leverage trades in place, right? We have both in place. And neither of those trades were based on the politics or the fundamentals of whatever's going on with the political situation, right? It had nothing to do with that. We traded the TA. That's it. You know, I got to give a shout out to Wulvy too today. He said something really, really profound. Profound might not be the correct word, but it was. I was proud. I was very proud. I'm gonna go take a screenshot. He's not giving me permission for this, but he's not gonna mind. Yeah, right here it is. I'm gonna go on over to the chart. Okay, we're gonna start off with the Bitcoin analysis anyways in a bit. So I'm just gonna take a screenshot of Wulvy's comment right over here. This was such a mango thing to say. Such a mango thing to say, okay? He's like, yeah, other than BTC, there's no conviction other than the charts. Now, I'm not talking about the Bitcoin part. That's the mango thing. This bit over here, there's no conviction other than the charts. I had some AI conviction, at least for the cycle, but those charts don't seem to agree with me at the moment. That is the most mango thing you could say. Okay, you can have an opinion. You can have a strong opinion of an asset, of a fundamental play, of a belief, but if the charts do not agree with you, that is the arbitrator of the debate, period. That's it. Because the charts are what's going to dictate whether or not you can put food on the plate and a roof on top of your head, of the head of your loved ones, your head as well, but your loved ones, right? Don't get stubborn. And I love him for saying this. This is the most mango thing ever, right? So yeah, good stuff, Wulvy. Good stuff. Let's go ahead and get started with the analysis, okay? What I'm going to try to do is I'm going to first give you guys a recap on where we began last month and where we are this month, right? It all ties in together. So I'm going to start with this video right over here. This video, it's both the same video actually. From a month ago, I said Bitcoin, this is extremely important. This is the name of the video. You guys should go back and watch it if you haven't watched it yet. This entire thing has been a great educational experience this entire past 2 months actually. We had 3 levels marked out, okay? 59,600. If Bitcoin closed the month of September above 59,600, we would consider it satisfactory, okay? Satisfactory close. If we close about 60,500 though, we'd be like, okay, that's a good close, okay, good close. But the great close that we were looking for Bitcoin to close over, especially for our spot positions, was the $65,000 level, okay? Again, a good close, 60,500. A great close, 65,500, especially if you're on a spot position, because that would mean that Bitcoin would just keep going up. However, if you were looking to get into a leverage trade, you were not looking for Bitcoin to close about 65,000, right? Because firstly, we weren't in our leverage trades yet. We watched Bitcoin rally all the way from around 59,800-ish, wherever the mango dynamic was at the lows over here, all the way up to like 65,000, 66,000. We weren't in our leverage trade yet, and we're like, damn, we can't just buy out of FOMO over here in the middle of the range, right? So we need a plan. We're not going to buy here, but we need a plan. Okay, wait, let's use this idea where Bitcoin failing to close above 65,000, right? It may not be good for our spot positions temporarily, but our spot positions can wait. Our spot positions don't have theta on it. Our spot positions aren't on a clock. Our leverage trades are on a clock though, right? So we gotta be a little bit more precise with our leverage trades. So we said, okay, you know what? If the bulls fail to close above 65,000 in the month of September, we are then gonna use that to our advantage, right? And I highlighted that trade opportunity for you guys in the same video. Okay, in the same video, again, it says right here, Bitcoin, this is extremely important. So same video, I said, if the bulls fail to close above 65,000 for the month of September, we won't get our great close, but we'll still get a good close, right? Because we have a good close, we can then use any pullback to our advantage to get our leverage trade, right? And we marked out a zone right over here between the Tenkin and the Kijun on the top of the cloud and said any bid into that $60,000 region, $59,000 region is going to be a great bid opportunity. Bid it. That's our leverage trade on the 4-day time frame, and we're going to be patient with it. Any close underneath that zone, and we're out of the trade. It's as simple as that. Okay. For our spot trade, we wanted Bitcoin to close, and great, we're sitting close above 65,000, and great, we're sitting in our positions. We let it ride. For our leverage trade, we're like, we're going to use any pullback as an opportunity. This mindset is really important because it gives you a mindset of every other bear in the market too. Because I've found through a sentiment check recently is that everyone who's bearish is only looking to be bearish to bid an amazing bid opportunity on Bitcoin. They're only looking to be bearish so they can get a bullish position. No one's really bearish. And it begs the question, will the market be that generous on the bids people want at the bottom of the cloud? Like, no, markets aren't that generous. It's been generous enough. That being aside, again, I want to reiterate this idea to you guys. Just because you're looking for a pullback doesn't mean you are bearish. You could be looking for a pullback just to get into your bullish positions. You could be bullish on your spot positions, but not liking that level for your leverage position, right? Leverage positions need to be a little bit more finessed, which is what we did with this idea here. We said, okay, we don't get the great close. We will bid any deep pullback that we get if we don't get the great close. Now it's the same idea leading into this monthly candle close. However, these levels have now changed. We now have an update on all these levels. Our satisfactory level has changed. Our good level has changed. And our great level has changed. Okay? Remember, for Bitcoin's great close for the month of September, we wanted $65,000 to be claimed. Now, however, I'm going to take you guys on over to the monthly. And we want I'm going to switch on over to the dynamic time frame here. And I'm going to switch on the 10 SMA. Okay, cool. This is good. For the monthly, for the month of October, we are looking for Bitcoin to close about 67,000 now, 67,600 to be precise, for the great close, okay? Last month, we were looking for Bitcoin to close about 65,000. So that has gone up by $2,600 for a good close. Remember, this $65,000 was initially a great close. Now, anything above 65,000 is only a good close, not a great close. The satisfactory close, where I'm like, okay, you know what, I can tolerate this. I'm not too happy with it, but it's satisfactory enough for me to, look towards the next month. Let's see how things play out. It's 62,000. Okay. Now we have around 4 days to go before the monthly close, right? A lot can happen. More like 3.5 days. A lot can happen, right? We're sitting at 68,781 as we speak. Bitcoin can most definitely dump $6,000 and test the satisfactory level. Bitcoin could close underneath there. So keep an eye out on what happens for the next week leading into this weekly close. It's going to be really, really important. Anything above 65,000, and I think we're fine because remember, this was the great close last month. Right? If we close about 65,000, I think I'm good. I'm going to be very, very happy. I'm not going to be too worried. We'll just wait for the next month after that. Anything about 67,600, and I think it's game on. Okay. Of course, the most spectacular close we can get is a close above 71,800. But then again, you guys don't need me to tell you guys that, right? You can just look at the chart and be, holy shit, that looks fantastic. Hell, you just look at the chart right now and you can say, hell, this looks freaking fantastic. When you guys study the basics to technical analysis, this is the first thing you see on your freaking pattern charts, right? That people print out and put up on their walls. This is the definition of a bull flag. Like, you have it right here. That's why I think a close like this is going to be a great close. Look at that, guys. We do a great close, in my opinion. We deserve it. I honestly, the way things are shaping out, we may get that spectacular close. Of course, I'm always optimistic, right? That's mango for you. We are optimists over here. But we trade as realists. So, yeah, I hope you guys get the idea now of what I mean by... Okay, this is the 4-day time frame that we talked about, okay? I'm going to go back now to our leverage trade. We talked about our spot trades. Our spot trades are essentially based on this monthly, right? You can could have waited for the monthly dynamic trade right over here at 50,000, but honestly, the easier trade has always been the bi-weekly dynamic right over here. It has kept you in, let me just hide this. It has kept you in the trend for the entirety of the cycle and has also kept you out of bad trades for not just Bitcoin, but for Cardano as well. We're going to talk about that today. I want to do an update on Cardano. We haven't discussed Cardano in a while. But look at that. This is what I mean by sticking true to your invalidations, guys, right over here. As uncomfortable as it was, as shaky as things got during this period of August and September because of the geopolitical escalations, etc., Bitcoin never gave you permission to exit your positions, okay? It would be one thing if you got faked out and then price closed back above the bi-weekly dynamic and you had to get back into position. But over here, you did not receive permission to get out to begin with. All you had to do was wait for the bi-weekly close. Okay, I was waiting. I remember this. I did a video from my phone that evening, remember? I'm like, guys, I know we're feeling uncomfortable over here, but we don't have permission to exit. Okay, it felt so uncomfortable, but because we kept it mango, because we followed the techniques that we've been studying now for years and years and years, we were able to stay in our trade. And guys, that's how these trades compound. Because think about it, okay? You got into a position where Bitcoin, we initially got in over here around 16,600, 17,300, and then 19,100 was that's how we built a position, right? So let's say an average of around, let's say 18 to 19,000, okay? Towards the tops, right, when Bitcoin gets towards the $100,000 level, etc., the position you got in at 19,000, Bitcoin will be moving those kind of moves in a day, right? When you start seeing those 20% candles at $100,000, Bitcoin will be moving an entire $20,000 range. in one move, in one day, right? Bitcoin's entire price over here is what Bitcoin is going to move in a single day. That's the power of Bitcoin, guys. That's how it can really just shock and awe people towards the tops. But you don't get shook out in the middle of the cycle. Graham B says, what altcoin Bitcoin split do you recommend in this point of the market? I've been recommending the same thing for since the beginning, man. It's not changed. As long as Bitcoin dominance is doing what it's doing, I say that you play a barbell strategy where you're like 90 to 95% Bitcoin and 10 to 5% on altcoins that will give you massive gains. I broke this down to in a more like formulaic mathematical way in the Seed private chat. If you guys, Graham, are you on the C? I think you're on the C program, right? If you're on the C program, go ahead and read that conversation with it was me, Frank, and Exponent. We were talking about that because I think Exponent had a very similar question. Because if you can think of it through that perspective, you'll see why you can actually position the way I have and still make massive gains, right? While also capturing all of Bitcoin's upside potential and not putting yourself at too much. It's actually safer. It's actually safer to do it that way. It's kind of the same strategy we use to get into Sol instead of Ethereum. I had no fundamental conviction on Sol. I know nothing about Sol. I didn't tell Mango, hey, you guys should get into Sol over Ethereum because Sol is the fundamentally stronger play. I don't know anything about that, right? It was just obvious that Sol was the better risk-adjusted trade when you put it into your portfolio compared to Ethereum, especially with what the charts were telling you, right? It had a higher beta on it, had a higher upside to it, while keeping your risk, your overall portfolio risk low. And your overall portfolio risk comes down not because you are in Sol versus ETH. It's coming down. It's your portfolio risk is not coming down because you've put Bitcoin into Sol. It's come down because instead of putting it into Ethereum, right? Let's say you have to put 2 Bitcoin into Ethereum to get XYZ gains. You can put a fraction of that into Sol and get the same gains, if not more. So you're allocating less, right? You're allocating less while still getting that much more gains, right? So when you're trying to protect your Bitcoin, while Bitcoin dominance is going up, right? Like I should probably pull up Bitcoin dominance for you guys. This may seem so unintuitive, right? Because people may think, oh, Ethereum is the safer play. And yes, it might be the safer play, but what are you allocating? That's the bigger question. And at what point of the cycle are you allocating? And as long as Bitcoin dominance was doing this, right? You have to be very picky with your altcoins. You have to be very picky with your altcoins. And it's still doing this. This point of the cycle, it doesn't matter. Like, it's still doing this. The TA is not giving you permission to start increasing your allocation on altcoins, in my opinion. Your altcoins should have been growing by using this strategy, right? Your altcoin, so, okay, what's happened with me is that my Bitcoin has increased because I've kept my altcoin ratio, altcoin percent pretty much the same, and I've like just funneled it into Bitcoin. Again, we've gone off topic here, but I guess this is why you guys enjoy the live streams, because I get to go off script in the live streams. We were talking about the 4-day. Supposed to talk about this. So this is where we took our bid, and if we did get a deeper bid over here at 62. Okay, I want to talk about this. This bid over here, why was this a good bid at $62,000? Because if you go back on over to our monthly level, where is it? Oh shit. It was here, right? Yeah, here. Look at that. Our monthly level was a satisfactory level, right? One of our monthly levels, our lowest monthly level was $62,000, which was our satisfactory level, which means that if we close underneath this level, I'm no longer satisfied, right? So it's not about me being right. It's about how fast can I know I am wrong, right? That's kind of why 62,000 was such a good freaking level to bid and to add to your trade. Because if it comes down to a deep enough level where you can say, okay, you know what? I'm going to add to my leverage trade over here, and I can use my current leverage trade, which is from lower, my current position with some deeper to my advantage. And on top of that, I can know I'm wrong immediately. If this trade doesn't work out, I can exit both trades. That's the golden ad, right? I love those kind of ad opportunities. So we outlined it for you guys. We said, hey, you know what? This is the first ad, and now the second ad could either come like this, and then like that on the third ad, or I'm willing to wait for this, something like that, right? Now, for those of you who aren't in your spot positions yet, firstly, why aren't you in your spot positions yet? At the very least, you should have gotten to your spot positions over here. Secondly, you're kind of in a tough situation. We talked about this in the most recent Seed Clubhouse, right, on Thursday. If you guys are on the Seed program, go ahead and please watch that watch that recording, because it's a tough situation to be in if you're sitting at the top of the range and you're not in position yet, at least for your spot, because you're inherently now short Bitcoin, right? If you have an allocation in your mind or deep in your heart that you just haven't come to terms with, where you say, Graham, maybe you're in the situation, okay, where you're like, hey, you know what, I want to have at least, I'm throwing out a random number here, a round number, I want to have at least 10 Bitcoin, okay? And now you're like, oh, I don't have enough to get 10 Bitcoin, or maybe, you know what, I have enough to get 10 Bitcoin, but I want to keep some USD to buy altcoins. So what you end up doing is, instead of getting your Bitcoin allocation, you end up going further out on the risk curve to buy an altcoin that will help you catch up with Bitcoin. You're like, you know what? I'm going to put these funds, like where I could, like $680,000 in this situation, where I could have put into Bitcoin. I'm going to put these funds into like 350 of it into Chainlink or some kind of coin. I don't know. Just name an altcoin, solve. And I'm going to try to catch up with Bitcoin. That's fine, as long as it works out. Understand that you are leveraging your Bitcoin position. That is not you getting into a spot trade. You are getting into a leverage trade because you're leveraging your Bitcoin allocation. And if Sol does not keep up with Bitcoin at this juncture, you are losing out on your Bitcoin, because now in your heart of hearts, where you know you're supposed to have 10 Bitcoin as your allocation, it's getting eaten into, and Bitcoin keeps going up, right? And it keeps getting eaten into, and then suddenly you're like sitting at, oh, if I sell all my Sol and buy Bitcoin now, I can only get 7 Bitcoin. And then it becomes 3 Bitcoin. Then it becomes 2 Bitcoin. And then you go into depression, even though Sol is going up in USD value, but you're not feeling happy, because if you stole all your Sol, you will get less Bitcoin, right? Everyone's been through this at least once if you've been in the markets, right? Where you're inherently short Bitcoin without realizing you're short Bitcoin. And you'll rationalize it. So it's like, this game is, no other channel talks about all of this, because they don't know, they don't really trade, they don't really put on position of size, none of it. They don't do anything, right? They just come out and draw out freaking levels without understanding how much more important the psychology behind the levels and the positioning is. Moody Marv says, I remember over the summer, Krisha saying that the charts were telling her about potential risk event. Do you think the charts can tell you who will win? The charts are saying, right now, the charts are saying Trump will win, man. But I don't want to make this political. And you need to understand, the charts that doesn't mean that the charts are right. Okay, if Kamala wins, we are going to see a nuke. I try not to talk about this because nobody's willing to like really be objective on the situation of why the markets. When I tell certain people that crypto wants Trump to win, or the markets want Trump to win, they get upset. It doesn't matter what your political opinion is on who's better, etc. It's a completely different situation on when pertaining to the markets, because people with big money don't really care. I don't think they care at all. Maybe, I don't know, man. I don't know, but I'll tell you this. The markets seem to want Trump to win, and this is in the key. Okay, I'll tell you this. I'll be honest with you guys in regards to how I foresaw things playing out today. I woke up in the morning and I saw all of the Madison Square Garden news, right, that played out with Trump and the Republicans yesterday, this weekend, whatever. I wasn't following. Actually, I didn't even know it was taking place until after, right? It was all over my feed. And I was watching all the clips and I was just like, Bitcoin's going up. Bitcoin's going up on this. Bitcoin has to go up on this, especially if my thesis on crypto wanting Trump to win is true, right? And we're seeing it play out. That's kind of why, like, if you guys go into the seed chat, I don't say this often in the seed chat. You guys know I don't say things willy-nilly, but I'm gonna, yeah. I said this, well, not wrong thing. Let's see. Yeah. I said this morning's move on BTC was one of the most obvious plays I've seen all year. Things are looking fantastic, blah, blah, but it was obvious because that was very, very bullish for crypto, basically. It was in Trump's favor, right? It made Trump look so good. That's it. That's all that matters. What your political opinion is irrelevant, because your stop loss doesn't care about your political opinion. I lost the chat. Give me a sec. Okay. Yeah, man, Quince. Jesus Christ. People are so sensitive about it. Will seed help with your altcoin? Oh, hell yeah, seed will help. Ask the seedlings how many of them have been saved with their risk management specifically pertaining to that. Look, Sherwin was one of them. Wulvy was all the seedlings. I feel like that's what I should brand seed with the title. I was saved because of seed. Yeah, there you go. I feel like I built seed around that idea without specifically mentioning it, right? If you go through the first part of seed, which is thinking like a trader, and what was the reality of markets? The reality of markets, and then thinking of a trader, right? Those are the two modules where I set the basics for your mindset, right? In a very, 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 very fun way. But I know people don't want to go into the nitty-gritties of risk management right away. And then I go into all the TA and I circle back into a 5.5 hour long risk management module on how you can position for your altcoins while also using all the techniques and the mindset techniques, and more importantly, give you guys my risk management strategy and indicator, etc., on how I get into altcoins with the mindset behind it. It's everything, guys. It's everything. 69,000 soon. Hey, Sora, how's it going, man? Ooh, 15 coins a bit much, man. It's really difficult to manage 15 coins, dude. I would say impossible. And if there's any influencer telling you to just buy and hold, okay? Okay, in the beginning of the cycle, them saying buy and hold is completely asinine, and you guys are seeing why. I don't need to explain. Now they're going to come up with a new narrative to say buy and hold, right? And now more than ever, you should not be doing that. Okay, now more than ever, everyone knows that we are like almost at the tail end, the final stretch, though, the final 1/3, or maybe the final half. Why would you want to buy and hold? Now more than ever, you should be knowing when to exit. So as soon as someone says buy and hold, unsubscribe. Unsubscribe. Yeah, 69K. I told you guys, like, dude, this profile on the dashboard, like, take a screenshot of this, guys, and remember it for your altcoins. When you see this profile on your altcoin, and that altcoin also has a good narrative to it, just buy. It's as simple as that. It's as simple as that. I start off the stream with this, right? I start off our conversation on Discord with this. If you guys aren't on Discord, make sure you join themangoway.com/Discord. Oh, and by the way, also, Kusha asked me to inform all of you that there is a new premium video on the dashboard. I should have been mentioning this at the beginning of the stream. There's a new premium video. Make sure you check it out. App.mangoresearch.co. Oh, by the way, Graham, if you are looking to get into Seed, now might be a really, really good time, because I think the coupon is expiring in 2 days. We ran a late birthday coupon because I didn't celebrate my birthday this year because my mom got really, really unwell, which is why I wasn't able to do videos for you guys for that period as well. Did not get to do the birthday thingy also, etc., etc. But yeah, the birthday coupon is ending very, very late. It started late, so make sure to use it. It's at B-Day 2000. The coupon is B-Day 2024. Works even on the dashboard, by the way. I think, right, guys? Kusha? Mark? 69K. What's the situation with Bitcoin and crypto and India now? Like, have they opened up? Are they allowing people to trade Bitcoin? Like, what's the situation? This is the longest B-Day coupon ever. We should end it soon. It's the 28th. Okay, what else do we want to talk about? Oh yeah, right, we were talking about the Trump situation, right? I want to talk about, let's go, and I kept this chart ready because this is the simplest reason to why the markets are pro-Trump, right? Or rather, I don't want to say the markets are pro-Trump. I don't want to say that people are voting for Trump because. Let me put it this way. The markets are going to be bullish if they think Trump is going to win, not because they want Trump to win. It's different statement there. Like, if, for example, I wanted Kamala to win, but I see that Trump is winning, I'm not going to revenge trade and trade against the idea of Trump winning, right? No, I'm going to want my money to grow anyways. Maybe I want to, like, you know what? Next time I'm going to support Kamala so much that I have so much money that Trump will lose, right? So I want my money to grow. You're never gonna burn your money, right? So if you think Trump is gonna win, right, regardless of whether you want it to happen or not, you're gonna place positions for your money to grow, period, right? And when you're seeing the markets go up, and then you go and look at data like this, and you see that, oh, the projected US public debt to GDP ratio is much higher under Trump versus Kamala, right? A Bitcoiner may complain about the debt situation being really, really bad, but they want it to get worse because their Bitcoin goes up. It's similar story for people who are already positioned in the S&P 500 or NASDAQ. And then when you have people who are on position and waiting for the odds to be a little bit more certain, what ends up happening is they see that, oh, Trump's odds of winning are increasing, so I'm going to start scaling into Trump, right? They don't get into the position all at once, but they start scaling into position. It's kind of like the odds. They're playing the odds. If the odds change again, they'll scale out, right? Or they may hedge, etc., etc. But current projections are that Trump is going to be a lot more inflationary, right? It's as simple as that. How many coins would you recommend is the ideal to manage, asks Graham. That really depends on the amount of bandwidth you have, man. Like, I would say maximum six. I know that may sound absurdly low to a lot of people, but to me that is like what you could do then if you want to start getting a tad bit more. Let's say you want more diversification. It's not really diversification in crypto, right? But let's say when people get to let's call it what it is, okay, guys? Let's call it what it is. When people have too many coins, what you're really doing is you're absolving responsibility of picking a conviction coin, right? Which is fine. If you're not like adept in the space, right? If you're not like you haven't really put in the effort, you should not have one conviction coin. Like, I know a lot of people who, anyways, I don't want to sidetrack, but if you have conviction and you really know the asset, by all means, have a few coins, right? And if you don't have conviction, you should just be buying the index, for example, the S&P 500, the NASDAQ, so that way you're like exposing yourself to the market. So now let's say you are trading a certain sector within crypto, like AI, right? And you don't know which ones to buy. You don't have any conviction whatsoever. You could pick one and say, this is the leader within this entire sector, and I'm going to just have a strong position in the leader. Or you could pick the top three, right? Do not pick the laggards. Okay, do not pick the laggards. That's a losing strategy. Like, every now and then you're going to see it play out, but it's a losing strategy over the long run. You pick the top three, and then you manage the top three as though it was one position, right? So now this is one position where you've taken 33% into each of them, right? So you have, let's say you're allocating one Bitcoin to it. You're not going to allocate one Bitcoin to each of these positions. You're going to say 0.33 Bitcoin to this one, 0.33 to this one, and 0.33 to that one, right? And then you have another sector, to memes, right? And you do the same thing here. Right? So now you're going to have 6 coins, but it's actually only 2 points of risk, right? 2% of risk. Now, what you want to do is you want to have these in separate wallets or separate portfolios that you're tracking on Excel sheets or whatever portfolio manager you're using on your phone. And you want to keep track of the trend of these 3 coins put together. You got to do some effort. You got to put effort somewhere or the other, dude. Like, if you're not going to manage each position, like specifically, you got to manage them as a basket, but you got to keep track of how they're moving. That position is moving, because you're going to look at it as one position. You're creating your own index, so to speak. So when you have, like, for example, a meme basket, you don't care about how one particular meme is doing, breaking trend, etc. You care about how your basket is performing. Oh, hey, you just started the seed program. Congratulations, and welcome to the Mango Seed fam. You can message either me, Krisha, and we will set you up with your indicators and your access to the seed chat. You get there's a new. Oh, by the way, for those of you seedlings who are just returning, there's a new indicator available, the Mango Delta X. There's also a module that is released, and there's also, by the way, a module section that I released and I forgot to hit the publish on. Oops. So yeah, and I put this out like actually in August, but then the stuff with my mom happened. So, but yeah, we have to set you up the indicators, etc. And those of you again who took a hiatus for the past few months and are back, there is a new indicator. So there's a sheet in the seed private chat that you need to fill your details in, and I'll give you guys access to the indicator, Mango Delta X. It's really important to have this indicator leading into this market cycle. It's going to be the core of how we decide. Okay, but decide whether to scale into positions and exit positions. By the way, if you guys were using the Mango Delta X indicator during this entire consolidation, you guys are freaking sitting really, really pretty. Core has been using them. How can you forget it? Core has been freaking posting screenshots of the Mango Delta X in the C chat. Yeah, Core has been my dude. Core, honestly, I mean, I may not be giving you enough mangoes, but believe me when I say this, I look forward to your posts every morning, because every morning. So don't stop, please. Because it's honestly, it gets really difficult for me to keep track of everything. And there are things that I keep track of, and then you help me, because sometimes I'll slip, right? I'm like, oh man, yeah, damn. So okay, let's go check out Link. No, sorry, Cass. Julian missed his bid by. Oh, I feel bad, man. That's happened to me too. It's why I stopped placing like just one bid for my deep bids. Okay, we'll do Rune too. We'll do Rune. Okay, how about this? We'll start with all coins now. But I'll just go take a quick washroom break. Just give me a sec. That way I'll have more patience, right? I'll stretch my legs too. Oh, that's a good question, Graham. What's my take on meme coins? I'll answer that very, very quickly. Give me a sec. I'll be right back. Alrighty, I am back. Just a quick voice check before we begin. This has been a fun live stream. I thought I was going to do a quick live stream, but we didn't talk just here, right? That's what made it fun for me. Okay, Magellan, 1988, wants to... Wait, let's look at Cass first. Yeah, man. But Julian... On the bright side, you just gotta give yourself a big pat on the back and say, you called it. Like this wick over here. Just feel good about. You didn't get the actual win, but the play was good, dude. You can replicate this now in the future. Really, really good stuff. Like how would you manage this? Doesn't this look like COVID? Like this, I mean, it's not COVID, of course, but does it not look like the price action? You may not want to give anyone another chance. Maybe anywhere. Like if you really want this position on Cass, I'd be looking towards 11 to 11.2. Yeah, this zone here, right? And then you can just de-risk if it closes a 1 hour candle underneath 11.2. It's coming down here again to 10. So you close underneath there and reposition down here, right? Because now at this point, it risks just doing this. It could do this. Like, for example, if Trump loses. Oh, okay, wait, let me preface this, okay? I want to finish this conversation over here. This is really important. Okay, let's talk about altcoins, Bitcoin, and a Kamala win and a Trump win. If Trump wins, Bitcoin goes up, altcoins go up. If Kamala wins, Bitcoins go up, altcoins go down. Okay, that's how you play it. Now, we could be wrong on this, of course, but you need to be positioned this way, okay? Trump wins, Bitcoin goes up, crypto goes up. Kamala wins, Bitcoin goes up, altcoins go down. Now, the magnitude of the moves is what changes, right? If Trump wins, we're going to see a huge move on almost everything, crypto, Bitcoin. If Kamala wins, Bitcoin is going to go something like, let's say Bitcoin's like this right now, right? It's going to do this, right? It's going to go down and then up. But it's going up. Okay, it's going up. It could be my conviction in Bitcoin speaking, but I put some thought into this. Bitcoin is going up no matter who wins. That's why I have no bone in the game when pertaining to crypto at the very least, because I'm 95% Bitcoin, right? But here's the thing. If Trump wins, we need to be watching Bitcoin dominance, right? We need to be watching Bitcoin dominance, because Bitcoin dominance starts coming down if Trump wins, while Bitcoin is going up. What does that tell us, guys? What does that tell us? Come on. If Bitcoin's going up, Bitcoin dominance is going down, and Trump wins, what is that telling us? If you guys don't answer, I'm ending the stream. Exactly. Attaboy. Attaboy. Yeah, there we go. There we go. Okay, cool. Cool. I at least taught you guys the basics. Giga and Dodge, yeah, you know it, Moody. Giga. This is long Giga. Yeah, it means that people are going to go risk on, because like, it doesn't matter what your political opinion is. Your job is to make money, guys. Okay, it's our same. That's the same approach that we have to altcoins is the same approach you'll have to the politics. Okay, we just want a portfolio to go up. Okay, so now if Kamala wins. Okay, if Kamala wins and we start seeing Bitcoin go up even more, Bitcoin dominance go up even more, what does that tell us? It tells us that alt season is on a hiatus for a tad bit more, right? Yeah, that's it. Nobody wants that. It's not about Kamala winning. It's not about nobody wants freaking alts to just think it's we want some excitement, right? We want some excitement. That's okay. So now let's go back to Cass. Yeah, we can now say that, okay, you know what? This could come down if the market starts saying, you know what? Holy shit, Trump may actually lose this, or whatever. Something bad happening where it threatens a Trump election, this could break down. So this applies to all your altcoins now that we're going to be looking into. So yeah, overall, CAS has lost its trend on the weekly time frame, rising channel. These things you can should never fade them, okay? Especially on the high time frames. Let's go ahead and look at RUNE, and then we'll talk about memes. This looks good, man. This looks really good. Now, the 12-hour has a tad bit of volatility, but when I look at the returns, it's only 5% to 7%. Just this has been under compression for very, very... The weekly is neutral. The 4-day flip long 5 days ago. Let's go look at the chart. I feel like this is just about to get started. Yeah, let's go look. So it's actually one of the better looking older coins. I remember trading RUNE in the previous cycle from somewhere around $1 to 13 or something like that. Yeah. I mean, I held the position all the way here, but I got out at 13. Yeah, there you go. You can see it. You can see the exit right here. Right? So I think I got in here, $1.61, and I traded it from here all the way here. Then I sat through this and then got out somewhere here. So the hesitation I have with a coin like this is when it hasn't broken through its all-time highs yet, there's just too many bag holders sitting at the zone over here, right? Who bought at the tops here and did not exit when they were supposed to. But this coin is actually looking good because you can see it respecting levels. Like every single test of the bottom of the weekly dynamic has been respected. These weekly candles are really good. Like even at the moment, it's looking really good. But I just think they're easier coins to trade at the moment, guys. Just way easier coins. What's the narrative, if you don't mind me asking? He's asking Oliver in regards to RUNE. Yeah, so you're holding around the time where I sold then, right? 5 years ago? Or were you holding it even before then? No, 5 years ago. Damn, since 2019, 2020 then? So you got in like sub $1. I mean, you're sitting pretty. 40 cents, eh? Yeah, sub $1. You got in around here. Great. Good stuff, man. So RUNE does actually have a good narrative, Sherwin. RUNE's narrative is that it's the first true atomic swap that you can actually swap between Bitcoin and Ethereum, like on chain. Like you're getting like proper Bitcoin. It's not like WBTC for swapping your Ethereum. Yeah, that's kind of why I looked into it too in the previous cycle. I mean, that's not, I don't know what the tokenomics are though, right? Like I don't hold many altcoins through a bear market because, yeah. I like to get into altcoin positions like at the end of a bear market. At that point, the inflationary tokenomics don't matter all that much because the volatility that you get towards the upside undoes any inflation in like one move, right? So there'll be like an annual inflation of, let's say 20%, right? Well, the freaking altcoin will pump 50% from the lows and there you're done. You just like take some profits off and you're like, okay, I'm protected against the inflation, right? So like, for example, that's why I'm against the whole staking thing. Oh, you got to stake to protect yourself against the inflation. No, I'll just trade the volatility and protect myself against the inflation and then get the liquidity to exit when I do want to exit. Just about every crypto YouTuber is live or scheduled for live streams. This is how you know the last phase of the bull is here. Ooh, yeah, could be, man. Could be. Okay, let's talk about memes now. Like just the reason I was interested in memes was purely based on the fact that the charts were easier to trade, cleaner to trade, and they were legitimately more liquid. One of the memes that I have been asking you guys to look into seriously has been GIGA. Were we looking at GIGA on this chart or on MEXC? And I'm trading it on, yeah, over here. I'm trading this on chain, Phantom, and you can trade on MEXC too if you want. But it was just easy to trade, guys. The charts have been so clean, right? They've been easy, like the way they move, especially when you're looking at it on Gecko Terminal or whatever. You can see how cleanly they trade because I feel like the bots and algos that are trading this are using very, very simple strategies, no complexity whatsoever, no hedging, etc., right? Just buying and selling based on simple trends and patterns, and that's why. And here's the thing, right? It's a reflexive. This becomes a reflexive, self-fulfilling prophecy in regard to these memes becoming a movement because, firstly, the tokenomics are just flat. I've been tweeting about memes too recently. You guys should follow me if you guys haven't. Let me pull up my Twitter. Twitter.com. So yeah, I'm actually really bullish on GIGA because of what it's turning into. You can see I've even changed my profile picture, etc., to something that kind of resembles me with curly hair. But yeah, I say this right here too. I'm like, hate on memes all you want. In truth, you're just hanging on to the fact, onto the delusion that you've been putting up for yourself is crashing down. I did not read that correctly. Hate on memes all you want. In truth, you're just hating on the fact that the delusion you've been putting up for yourself is crashing down. 99% of crypto has always been about volatility and the promise of riches. Supply and demand economics of memes are just infinitely better. Now, you guys can lie to yourselves all you want and tell yourselves that you guys are in it for the tech, etc., etc. But the reason most of you guys are on altcoins, okay? Most of you guys are on altcoins, and the reason you guys looked into that altcoin to begin with is because you guys weren't looking for great technology. You guys were looking for something to make you money. Okay, we all entered the space because of that. Let's not lie to ourselves. The reason I stuck with Bitcoin was because not because, of course, the upside was a huge part of it, but because I've always wanted a savings vehicle that I thought did not exist. I got into the crypto space for Ethereum. I did not understand Bitcoin. In fact, when my professor asked me to look into Bitcoin for my PhD, I turned her down, right? It was only when I started deep diving into Ethereum that I realized everything that I did not like about Ethereum. I started asking questions about Bitcoin. So I came in for the money as well, but I thought that money was going to be on Ethereum, right? Once you just come to terms with that, you begin to realize that everything is really about the upside, which is why I just said F it. The charts are what really matters, and something that I truly believe in, I will trade over the long term, which is Bitcoin, right? Now, really ask yourselves, do you really believe in your altcoin? Maybe you do, okay? Maybe you know a lot more about your altcoin than most other people, but 99% of the rest of the market doesn't. And when you are trading, guys, you're not trading your beliefs, you're trading other people's beliefs, you're trading the market's beliefs, and that's what matters. And you cannot tell me that you believe that 99% of the people have true belief. That is bullshit. You guys cannot delude yourselves that much, right? Everyone else wants to make money, right? Everyone can agree on that. So your belief is irrelevant, right? Your belief is irrelevant. All that matters is what other people believe or what other people want. And you should believe that other people want to make money, right? And that's why I think memes are a combination of just that. It is people finally saying this. The entire meme movement is a take back crypto movement. The entire meme movement is a defund the VCs movement. The entire meme movement is a movement in an identity crisis that has been stripped away from us, from all of us, since 2017. An idea that we wanted to believe in that was hijacked by greedy venture capitalists, and then we got dumped on, right? So the meme movement is like, F it, no, we are defunding you guys. That's what this is. Maybe Bitcoin only narrative will actually become true for this. I mean, it kind of is, right? Like, people are literally thinking Bitcoin is the only real coin. Everything else is a meme. It has always been that way, right? For Bitcoiners, it's always been that way. And now all coiners finally have a way to say, yes, we agree with you without saying, yes, we agree with you, right? They get to buy memes and say, yes, we agree with you without saying, yes, we agree with you. How do we pick the memes? There are so many. It's kind of like what I explained to you at the beginning, Graham. You pick the category. Dude, this is what I find, okay? This is what I do. I find a trend, and I trade at Mango. That's it. I don't change anything that I've been doing over the past like 7 years, because what I've been doing for the past 7 years works, okay? Something is moving like this, I will keep buying it as long as it's moving like this, right? And then when it does this, I exit. You guys want to see two really good examples? First, I'll show you guys a coin. Actually, we have one more right here. First, let's damn it, I need a new chart. Let's duplicate this. Okay, let's go back to 2019, 2020. Link BTC, because back then my goal was collect Bitcoin, collect Bitcoin, collect Bitcoin. Do you guys remember this? Do you guys remember? A lot of you will remember how we traded this from somewhere around here all the way to the top. And then as soon as it broke its trend, let me just clear out the chart for you guys. Okay, as soon as it broke its trend, I stopped being a Chainlink fan. Like, I loved Chainlink. I knew nothing about it. I still don't know anything about it. I don't know what it does, but I freaking loved it. Why? Because it was making my Bitcoin go up. This is one of the best trades of my career, right? Chainlink, then the Bitcoin trade at 6K, and the Bitcoin trade to 14K, and then the Chainlink trade. These are like some of my best trades. Right? But I was only a Chainlink marine as long as Chainlink was going up. In fact, this, in my opinion, this was the first big meme. This was the first big cult, right? Because there's such strong believers in Chainlink. And everyone wanted to be the Chainlink after that. Every coin, like, I remember in this one group, these are all inside conversations, but every coin wanted to create a cult like Chainlink, right? But what were they trying to create? A meme, when you think about it. Okay, Chainlink was one. And then what have I been saying recently about CAS? I've been saying CAS reminds me so much of Chainlink with the chart, in regards to the chart, right? The chart was too similar to Chainlink. And you can see CAS too, same thing. As soon as it broke the trend, it started going down. So you just stay in the coin as long as the trend is up. As soon as the trend goes down, you get out, right? Now Giga, same story. Let's go back to it right here. As long as the trend is holding, I'll stay in it. If it loses this trend over here, I'll get out. If it reclaims the trend and starts making a trend, I will get back in, right? But I will not just hold this blindly, because that's not Mango, right? Technical analysis exists to protect you, right? You don't believe in anything but your indicators, because the indicators are objective. I will be extremely excited about a coin as long as it's holding trend. As soon as it loses trend, I'm out. And there's another coin. I think, I don't want to. Okay, there's a coin that I've been talking about in the C chat. I'm gonna post it to you guys very, very soon in the C chat, by the way. The meme that I close another great weekly. You guys know I've been like teasing you with the chart, right? Without showing you the actual ticker. It's because I wanted to do a little bit more research into whether or not it's safe, whether the probability of it getting rug pulled is high, etc., etc. I even spend some time in their spaces just to make sure that the community is a tad. You can never be sure, of course. Anything can rug pull, but I have a reasonable amount of I don't say certainty, but like safety that I can apply to it now, where I've started to build a position and close a good weekly candle. So I'm going to post it for you guys in the C chat. We just checked out RUNE, man. There's no category, really. Everything is an idea, right? Well, not really. You can say, this sounds so stupid, but you can say there are cat coins, there are dog coins, and then there, like, for example, the reason GIGA appealed to me was when I'll tell you guys the story behind why I got into GIGA a little bit more, like, quicker than I otherwise would get into these kind of coins. When the whole NFT narrative took place last cycle, I was looking into NFTs. I was giving it a chance, and I did not want to get familiar with trading them, etc. So trading it on Ethereum was cumbersome and expensive, like $80 per swap at the time. I think it was going up to $122 at the height of the mania. But I still wanted to dabble in it, and Sol was the best place to do it. And one of the NFTs I found at the time was the Gods. Okay, and I was only trading it around like 6 Sol. First I found, I think it was 3 Sol, then 6 Sol, 7 Sol, 13 Sol, and I got like a small position in it. But because why? Because I was like, because I was looking at a bunch of these like things, and none of it made sense to me. The only thing that actually looked cool to me was the gods. I'm like, okay, I clearly don't understand this NFT space at all. I don't know shit about art, but these guys look cool. So because I had no conviction, I just bought a bit. And then the gods went up to like freaking 500 sol, 600 sol. It went up a lot, but I didn't have a meaningful position for it to even matter, to even hold the position that high. Like I got out at I think 180 sol, 190, somewhere around there, right? It went much higher. But I remember thinking, damn, that was a huge missed opportunity. And then I got the same vibes from GIGA this time around, right? And where am I going with this? What I learned from the whole NFT craze was that people need to resonate with something, right? People need to resonate with something, and that's when they buy and hold it for a long period of time. And something like GIGA, in my opinion, resonates with a lot of people right now because of, well, just look into the art, the meme, right? The whole manliness, the fitness craze, the health craze, without getting too into the weeds and pissing other people off. Cheers, man. But yeah, that's so this is a different category on its own, right? GIGA is nothing to do with, hey, this is a cute cat, or hey, this is a cute dog. That's something I don't resonate with, right? So that doesn't mean I won't take a position in a cute cat if the trend is good. I'm like, okay, clearly other people are resonating with it, so that is a trade for me. If I know that there are enough people who like cats, that is a good trade as long as the chart is going up. Are there enough people who are into fitness and into manliness? I think so. I think we are in a world where there's a fitness craze. There is more and more people saying, you know what, I want to be a manly man. There are more and more women saying, I'm sick and tired of people bragging about the dad bod. I want a manly man, etc. I think at the very least that is a movement that could take on shape, and it could create an uptrend. And I'm only in these things while they are on an uptrend. Hey guys, do not for a second think that I'm going to be in this on a downtrend. Yeah, like, okay, there's another coin that I've been telling the seedlings about that I think could be a worth a position, but I've been waiting for it to come down to my bid. It's not. It's been so strong. Look at this, dude. SPX 6900. Like, you shouldn't care, right? Whether you believe in the meme or not. It doesn't matter. It's an uptrend, dude. Your belief is in your family and putting food on their plate, putting a roof on top of their head. That's all you should really care about. Now, you could use your belief to stay in the coin for a longer period. For example, your belief in the coin, your belief in the idea, your belief in the long-term cultiness of it, etc., could ask you to say, you know what, instead of looking at the 12-hour time frame, I'll look at the 4-day time frame, right? For example, Bitcoin, I look at the monthly time frame, right? I don't let myself get shook out on the daily moves. But someone without conviction in Bitcoin and who's only trading the volatility will not even look at the daily. They look only at the 4-hour time frame, right? It's completely different. Your conviction should be represented in the time frame that you're trading that or positioning on that asset. Now, SPX 6900 is from what I understand, it's a play on the S&P 500, and they're putting 69 in there because of the 69 meme to basically make a mockery out of the TradFi market, of the financial market. And look at it. It's doing fantastic, right? So this is a category on its own. This has nothing to do with cats, nothing to do with dogs, nothing to do with fitness. This is a meme on the financial system, right? On a mockery of the financial system. So you can see how people can get behind this, because they're like pissed off that they've been completely priced out of the financial system. And they're like, you know what? We will buy this for $1 as opposed to paying $420,000 or, the S&P 500 is at $620,000 a share right now, right? Something crazy. But instead of paying that much, I'm going to buy this for $1, and we're going to eventually flip the S&P 500. That's apparently their mission. Their mission is to flip the S&P 500. And like, that is so crazy that you kind of want to be part of it. Yeah, like the strength of community. Exactly, dude. You're getting it now. You're getting it. Yeah. Dude, Graham, you're gonna enjoy being in the Seed Clubhouse sessions. That's if you join Seed, because especially if you like these kind of conversations, man. I don't usually get to have these kind of conversations on the daily videos, right? But Seed is where we get to just get to like free flow thoughts. So yeah, there's Giga, and these two, just keep an eye on the trends, guys. And this one over here, if it loses this level here, to get out. Right? I was hoping for this to come down a tad, but no. Let's see though. Let's go Bitcoin. Any questions, guys, by the way, before we wrap up? Should we wrap up? How long have I been streaming? DIA? Yeah, let's go. Is this DIA on the dashboard? DIA. Not bad. Weekly long for 21 days, long on the 4-day, long on the 2-day, long on the daily. Vol is pretty high. Did it move? It moved 30%, 20%. What's my best guess for target top on Bitcoin? I don't like to call tops, man. Like it's against Mango principles to call a top, because, for example, I showed you. Oh yeah, right. You will get more than anyone, because we just went to the RUNE example, right? I rode RUNE all the way to like $20, but I only got out at 13, right? Because I get out when the trend ends, and for Bitcoin though, I understand that some of you may want to take profits at on the way up, because especially for Bitcoin especially. I'll come back to your question in a second. Let me just get this out of the way, because I'll forget. This guy's asked about DIA. Let's do some quick DIA. This is looking good, man. It's actually a good chart, dude. Whoever asked. Rounded formation, broke out. Next target would be somewhere around 2.45. Somewhere around here. This breakdown point over here too could be where just like magnets too. Like, let's say this is the high and this hasn't traded anywhere else. Let's see what the retracement would be like. Yeah, there you go. Our zone right there, 0.5 to 0.38. I just delete this after that. Broke out of the cloud too. Yeah, this is great, man. Good chart, dude. Yeah, I'd bid somewhere around here, around like 71 cents if you get that, but the 200 is right over here. You'd want to scale in if you like this. Like, if you like this, you should have already been in it, to be honest. Don't trade it. If you're trading it just because of the volatility, which is fine, wait for deeper, 72 cents. Right? Maybe the Tenkin Kijun. Okay, let's go back to your question on Bitcoin. Okay, I get that this time around waiting for the trend to end may not be the most optimal thing you can do, because you might be giving up like $50,000 of profit per Bitcoin, right? Because, for example, I really think that this could end up being the situation where, like, we make our way up to, let's say, 190K, right? And then we're waiting for the trend to end. And by the time we figure out the trend has ended, we've given up 50K per Bitcoin. Now, if you are planning an exit strategy where you're going to be using some of this money to plan like buying a house, etc., maybe you don't want to risk giving up that much amount of money to wait for the trend to end, right? It depends on where you are in your life, because you have to ask yourself this question. It really boils down to this. Am I okay giving up 50K per Bitcoin for the chance that from 190K we could go to 300K, right? So basically you're saying, okay, from here we could either go here or we could go down. Okay, now if you've already made this much, is this edge worth it to you? It's going to depend on your financial situation at the time and everything else, so your leverage, how much debt you are, and et cetera, right? So you got to ask yourself dynamically how much of your current position you are willing to let go and how much upside are you willing to risk. So that's how you need to position your mindset, because your risk while you're selling towards the upside is not price dumping. It's price continuing to go up and you selling too much, right? Write this down right here. When you're selling before the trend ends, your risk is not towards the downside, your risk is upside and you selling too much. Because if you sell like half your portfolio and Bitcoin just rips way more, you're like, what the hell did I do? Right? But if you sold 10% and Bitcoin just ripped, you're like, okay, cool, I'm fine. At least I've reduced my debt a bit, et cetera, right? So risk is to the upside when you are selling before the trend ends. So now, with your risk being towards the upside, you want to sell at the best locations, right? I think some really nice levels would be 140K and 190K. And again, I've put more thought into this than randomly drawing over here, but in my own time, I've put thought into this. But yeah, somewhere around here, you guys can mark out a zone and start letting some go. And then be okay. You need to be like, okay, you know what? Bitcoin could come here, break through. It could hit, break through, come down and make a move here, and then you sell a bit more here. Now over here I could do the same thing and make its way to 280. Now at this stage you want to ask yourself, okay, what is the likelihood of us actually going to even 500K? Now, the probability keeps reducing, right? Which is why you want to sell more and more as you go up. And it could happen though, but you can have less Bitcoin and still get a huge win at a move from 250K to 500K, for example, right? So you need less and less to get a great nominal gain. Because think about it. To sell at 150K, or rather to get easier way to put it, to get a $200,000 nominal gain when Bitcoin is sitting at 200,000, you got to sell one whole Bitcoin, right? Well, to get the same $200,000 gain when Bitcoin is sitting at 400,000, you guys got to sell only half a Bitcoin. So you got to sell less Bitcoin to get the same nominal gain as the volatility starts increasing to the upside. Would you take timing into account for how much to TP at those levels? Nah, man, I wouldn't be taking timing. I'm gonna be putting a lot more time now again coming in the next coming months to do basically what I did 2 years ago. I'm going to be sitting down, taking like a month and a half to figure out, to do a proper assessment of what I think the liquidity conditions are going to be moving into next year and 2026. And then I'm going to make my own judgment on whether I think I should be allocating risk or not, right? And once I say, okay, I want to put on risk, I'll then assess, okay, how much risk do I already have in the market, including my open profits, right? Because my open profits are my risk. So now, this is the risk I've come up with on a proper objective analysis of current conditions and future projected conditions for the next 2 years. And this is the risk I should be taking, right? Okay, what's my current risk? Is it matching? Am I under risked? Am I over risked? Am I over positioned? Am I under positioned? And accordingly, I'm going to judge. Should I just let it run or should I reduce risk? So I'm not gonna let like what I did, like that trade that we put on 2 years ago is coming to an end, right? It's I don't say it's coming to an end. It's getting stale, right? The things are dynamic, right? So I'm just going to do a reassessment and then I'm going to judge. So I'm not going to arbitrarily say, okay, we're come onto March and price is sitting at 120K, I'm going to be exiting regardless. Or price is sitting at 80K, I'm going to be exiting regardless. No. If we come to March and we're sitting at 300,000, of course, that's a bit much, right? At that point, we're not using timing, we're using volatility. That the Ichimoku is going to be telling us to get the hell out of positions. Yeah, March 2025. No, yeah. See, I kind of knew where you're going with this. If price is high, yes. But that's going to be because of equilibrium and not only time. It's equilibrium and time. So if we are in equilibrium and if only the timing indicator is hit, but the equilibrium indicator is not hit, it's going to be a lot more difficult to exit. Did they rebrand to Paul? Damn, why would they rebrand to Paul? That's such a bad name. Holy shit. Is this it? No, this is not it. No, MATIC still exists, man. Holy shit. It's making new lows, dude. Wait, what? No, it's not. This is US. I don't like the shot. Yeah, dude, they shouldn't do this shit. I think this is such a bad way to position yourself. This is because traders don't follow the fundamentals. We follow tickers. Yeah, it's I feel bad for the MATIC folk. It's just bleeding. Back to my BC thoughts. Oh yeah, there you go. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It's a prime example, dude. Exactly, dude. Dread mining, I agree with you. Yeah, don't marry altcoins. Don't marry Bitcoin either. Like, don't marry Bitcoin either. You know, I was having a conversation with this Krisha yesterday. We were talking about tattoos, right? And I was like, you know, it's like a tattoo is such a huge commitment. So like tattooing something on yourself, if you're gonna do it, it better be something that you have like a very, very, very high certainty of you liking it, liking that tattoo even when you're much older, because we change, our beliefs change all the time. What we resonate with changes all the time. Now, let's say someone tattoos a butterfly on her wrist or wherever. Like, there's a high certainty, high probability that that person still likes butterflies later into her life, right? But even for me, as a Bitcoiner, I would never tattoo Bitcoin on any part of my body. There's no freaking way. There's no freaking way, because while I may resonate with Bitcoin today, I don't know whether I will resonate with Bitcoin in the future. Not because my beliefs will change. They may, who knows? But Bitcoin could change, because at the end of the day, Bitcoin is community driven. Bitcoin is consensus driven, and the consensus of the people, the people in the future may not resonate with your beliefs then, right? So Bitcoin could change, and tattooing that on my body, fully knowing that, is stupid, right? So when I personally think that someone tattooing Bitcoin on their bodies is a representation of them not understanding Bitcoin. I think so. Okay, now let's say tattooing Satoshi, okay, and what he represented, that's fine, because that's like, you know, frozen in time. That cannot change, right? Who knows? Maybe some dirt is uncovered on Satoshi. Even that is a big risk you'd be taking, but still, that's still a low probability. But you guys see what I'm talking about. Do not marry anything. You've married your wife, okay, or you've married your husband, and you've married your kids, right? That's what you're married to. Your loyalty should remain only to them. That's exactly what I said, actually. Like, I'm like, the only thing I'll be willing to tattoo on my body is Krisha's name. That's it. Nothing else. I told her that. I wasn't just saying it to butter up. I say nothing to her. I never say anything to butter up. But it's something that I know I will always hold true to. Yeah, imagine that, right? You find out that Satoshi was actually a team at BlackRock, or Satoshi was the CIA, or Satoshi was Epstein. What revelation about Bitcoin would make you flip on it? CIA invented it? No. I mean, CIA invented something that is great, would not make me want to flip on. Like, Bitcoin's current values resonate with me. It's the values of Bitcoin that would make me flip on Bitcoin, right? What if one day Bitcoin becomes so decentralized, okay, and is owned by enough nodes, there are enough nodes running around the world, but the people who are running the nodes have a different political opinion than mine, right? Whatever it may be. That could change the face of Bitcoin, because Bitcoin at the end of the day is driven by the people. We proved that in 2017. The issue would be to find if those 1 million, even if those, okay, so guys, that 1 million Bitcoin being owned by someone who's alive and that person dumping it, that wouldn't shake me out of Bitcoin either. That would just get me to trade Bitcoin. That would get me to like trade the volatility towards the downside and reposition. But let's say those 1 million Bitcoin get sold into the market and Bitcoin crashes all the way down from like hell, from 160, 173 to something like this. Okay, it's like a big event. That's not going to change Bitcoin's fundamental values, right? That's just going to give a buying opportunity, and then we'll have to reassess whether it's going to trend to the upside, whether the global belief in Bitcoin is still strong enough for it to recover quickly and just keep going towards the upside. And every month that passes by, every year that passes by, the Bitcoin continues to survive. Its Lindy effects kick in, and we have countries that are adopting it. For God's sake, these guys aren't going to be losing faith in Bitcoin and just dumping it. There's a high probability that you could pick some up, regardless. That guy's literally, it's going to be the most bullish thing that could happen to Bitcoin if we actually get some FUD over here that Satoshi is selling his Bitcoin and we get a move all the way down to 5,000, and now that's the last bit of FUD that people could ever have on Bitcoin, right? That we have 1 million outstanding Bitcoin waiting to be sold. Well, that's gone now. So now what? All sell pressure done. Like, if you believed in Bitcoin over here, okay, and now Satoshi sells it and brings it down over here, what has changed? Satoshi selling has changed your belief in Bitcoin? Why? Like, this is going to be bullish. You get to go back in time knowing that there's so much development on Bitcoin, so much Lindy effects on Bitcoin, so much adoption on Bitcoin, so many countries have adopted Bitcoin, and you're getting to go back and buy. Imagine that. Like, that's a gift. So that's not going to shake me out. I mean, Bitcoin's volatility dying out is going to be something to be more concerned about. Like, all of said, there's a risk with BlackRock, not Sailor. I don't see Sailor being risk in terms of volatility just going. Like, volatility going down is fine, right? Like, that Sailor pulls out a 3AC kind of moment or Do Kwon moment, and we go down. That's still fine too. Okay, good. Sailor's out, and we just buy his Bitcoin. We go up again. It's more about like strong entities doing this to Bitcoin, right? You know, going sideways is effing bad, guys. That's bad. It's like opportunity cost hardcore, right? Unless we are in a deflationary environment, then sideways is making you rich. But if we just go sideways, right, because we have vol traders suppressing volatility, constantly, and they have unlimited funds to do so, right? They keep selling. Sell calls against it, sell calls against it, sell. Just suppress volatility, and it calls everyone. And this might be the perfect time to do it. Everyone's like, okay, F it, I'm going to buy NVIDIA instead. I'm going to buy all these new shiny AI products instead. That's a risk. Yeah, like gold's lost a decade. And then everyone moves from gold to Bitcoin, and that's when gold pumps. And all the gold bugs are like, God damn it. Holy shit. Do you guys ever think about all the gold dudes who switched to Bitcoin? Oh my God. Oh my God. And this happens. Oh shit. This is crazy, man. Yeah, they'll be fine. Alright guys, we've been streaming for an hour and a half. Did you guys enjoy the stream? Did you guys enjoy the stream? Spam yes if you guys did. It was fun. It's been a while. It's been months actually since I've done a stream. Months. Yeah, cheers Wulvy. Thank you all guys for joining. Oh yeah, Ada, right, Ada. Ada, very, very simple story. You guys will be watching the bi-weekly dynamic. It's as simple as that. Basically what I've talked about throughout the stream, if you get in on a trend and then you lose the trend, you get out, right? We traded the same trend throughout the previous bull market. We lost the trend and we stayed out, right? Exactly the same story here. We have lost the trend. We lost the trend in April 2024 and we've been out, right? Honestly, losing that 45 cent mark was really, really bad. We talked about it even before the dynamic came up to that level. We did not want cut down to lose that level. We did, and now we're just staying out of the trade until we reclaim the bi-weekly dynamic. The bi-weekly dynamic has been... I made so much money out of this, and I'm not gonna... And again, just exiting over here too, being able to exit. I'm not gonna not... follow the same, like something that has worked in the past. I'm not going to not follow it again in the future, right? So I'm just doing the same thing again, right? Get out. Now I'm going to wait for it to reclaim this level. For those of you who want the levels for the bi-weekly dynamic, in case you do not have access to it, it is coming in at 47 cents, the upper level, and the lower part of the zone is 42 cents. So 42 to 47, right? Of course, this is going to be changing, so keep an eye out for the daily videos, and we'll give you guys updates on the dynamic, on the Cardano levels. And yeah, if you guys want access to the Mango dynamic, the sale is still running for the next, I guess, I'm not sure whether it is next 2 days or till the end of the month, which is the 31st, right? 31st, yeah. Ask Risha. But either way, B-Day 2024 on all Mango products, including the Mango dashboard, app.mango research.co, including the Mango seed program, the mangoway.com/seed. And you can find the Mango dynamic at the mangoway.com/dynamic. Join our Discord, though. We are having the best conversations in there. The mangoway.com/discord. I'll see you guys in the next one. Thank you. Oh, can we look at Sui? Okay, fine. Last one. Weekly still long, 4 days still long. So the longer the high time frame trend is still fine. Sui pretty much hit our targets, guys. So remember what he said. We're gonna oops. Sui USDT. It went above our targets tad bit. This is a conversation we had in regards to Sui. I said this was a while ago, right? When was the date here? August 13th. Talked about how this could come down all the way down to 80 cents and still be fine, and that's exactly where it came down to, right? Before it picked up. Yeah, 75 cents. Came down to 75 cents and then rallied. We were trading this on the 4-day dynamic, I believe. Right? We had this falling channel. And then reclaim, fake out, reclaimed it right over here, and then target was around $2. You guys are getting a bit of opportunity right over here. Somewhere around $1.60 would be another really, really good bit of opportunity on the 4-day dynamic, so keep an eye out for that. So yeah, Remember, dashboard says what? Long on the weekly, long on the 4-day. So you guys have trend support on the dashboard. And on top of that, if you go on over to the chart over here, you're seeing that we're coming down to the 4-day dynamic right over here at $1.60. This is another example of something breaking out of the range. Bean, Wulvy, again, another example of it. Breaking out of the range and then coming back into the range, right? So you cannot trust these ranges to hold. You have to expect it to come back in. You know what this reminds me of? Like, if I were you guys and you really want the sweep position, I would start scaling in right here. I'll start scaling in. Thank you guys. Thank you all for joining. No, I'm not getting into SUI right now. I'm done trading this for now. I have enough positions. I have my positions locked in. I'm looking to add to my conversation with Wulvy over Discord. What I'm looking to do is I'm looking to add to my positions, and I'm not in a SUI position at the moment. If I get out of a position, let's say one of my positions breaks trend and I get out, it will free up liquidity for me to get into another position. But for now, as long as Bitcoin dominance is doing what it is, I'm not adding any new positions. Oh yeah, Core, you're still here, dude. I was wondering whether to talk about this. So this is actually reminding me of AERO, right? If you look at AERO, right, guys? This dip was very, very similar because the high low, right, was here, right? And I was looking to see whether it will hold these candle closes. So the SUI dip is reminding me of AERO. You guys see it, right? But I don't want to talk about AERO because Core is the only one trading AERO with me. I got into AERO here, guys. No, not here. Here, somewhere around 64, 65. Oh, my eyes are burning. I got to end. But yeah, SUI reminds me of this. So if you guys are interested in trading SUI, you guys look at that. The 4-day dynamic is also very, very close to where SUI is, right? Look at that, okay? So basically we broke out the range, broke in, and we defended the high low, right? Now let's go back to SUI USDT. It's the same fractal. Broke out the range, and where's the high low? Right, you can mark this range here, and you can mark this candle close here, right? And you can see we're defending it, and the 4-day dynamic is right there. So I'll start scaling in case we don't come down. If I were you guys, I'm not trading this, so I don't have like, it's harder for me because I've not been looking at it for a few days now. So, okay. Until the next one, keep it mango, keep it easy. Leave a comment and a like down below if you guys enjoyed the stream, and I will do more of these if you guys did enjoy it. Ciao.